Hello, creators. If you're reaching for that iPhone that only has 128 gigs of space, don't do it. I'm going to explain to you why that's a mistake. If you're also reaching for a MacBook computer that only has 256 gigs, that's also no. Don't do that. Listen, we're in the creative world and I'm a creative. I love making content. This is what I do. You can check out my other videos, but I want you to stay for the entirety of this video. I'm going to give you a special tip that you can actually use instantly with your purchase of that new either iPhone or MacBook. Now stay to the end and I'm going to give you that tip. Hi, my name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media. Thank you so much for joining. Today, this video, we're talking about how much space do creators need. Now I'm talking about music creators specifically, but it pretty much is a thing across the board for not just for music creators, also for those who are into graphic arts, those who are into video editing. Now, first, let's get into the iPhone. So the iPhone, it's an interesting device in that you can use so many different programs, and there are so many different programs out there. I, as a music creator, don't necessarily use the iPhone to record my vocals. Well, I take that back. All of my scratches and my references, sometimes when I'm away from my studio, if an idea pops in my head, I have to put it down quickly. So my phone is my next best source to use, or, to grab that information. And 128 gigs, guys, is just not enough. And because I want to tell you, if you're a music creator, you're probably also taking pictures. You're probably also taking photos and video. I would say 256 gigs minimum. Absolutely minimum for that new iPhone 16 or 17 that you're looking at. For you guys who are, and this is secondly, for you guys who are looking for MacBooks and MacBook Pros or iMacs, don't go below a terabyte of space. When I tell you space goes just like this, it goes so quickly because of the music files that you use. I have a studio here and I have two different computers. And as a music creator, because you're constantly creating, you don't know how much space you're taking up over time unless you are actively monitoring. And that's something, a bit of advice I want to tell you, like, please monitor how much space you're using at least every other week. Most of the music creators that I run into, and I don't do this quite as often, but they're using their iPhone for two different things. They're using it for recording their video, and they're also taking and extracting the audio from the iPhone. I mean, they're using things such as like Guitar Rig, or they might have an interface. But this is so very important because if you have an iPhone and you're trying to record music on your iPhone, you're going to need that space for not just the video portion, but for the audio portion. Try to record a 3 to 5 minute video on the current iPhone that you have, and you already know it's a problem. It's already an issue. So if you're looking for that iPhone, I would say minimally 256 gigs for that iPhone. Guess what? Storage kills, not literally, but storage kills, and it will take up your space on your iPhone. And the number one storage killer is the fact that you do not monitor your storage. How can you sit and have an iPhone or use an iPhone and you don't consistently look and see how much storage you have left? Those of you who are using voice memos, that is another silent storage killer. If you're using voice memos over time, you want to save the rough drafts or the ideas that you've sort of recorded over the years. Put them in another space, attach your phone to an external hard drive, get them out of there. I had a recent trip, maybe within a year ago, that I went and took a bunch of pictures. This beautiful area that I was in. And I actually physically came back because I had to. With so many pictures, I needed to get those pictures off of my iPhone in order to retrieve that storage space back. So make sure you are aware of this. Here is storage killer number 3, the iPhone base model trap. Now, I know all of us, we're looking at iPhones or we're looking at computers, whatever, from the Apple website. And the base model is more economical for the average person, but it's really a trap for you if you are a creative. If you can't afford it, just save the money or whatever you have to do in order to get the next step up. But the base model, do not purchase any type of base model Mac, any type of base model iPhone. Just don't do it, because that's going to be the third killer. I think it's probably the number one killer. If it's an iPhone, we want it so bad, we want to buy it. And we see the model that is affordable to us, which is most likely the base model. And we buy that without even thinking. And then we get into our work and of course we run out of space. And here's the thing I can't stress to you enough. we get into this thought process of I'll clean it later. I'll get to it later. I'll transfer my files later. And later never comes unless you are very disciplined. And I've had to become disciplined over the years. But usually later doesn't come, and you end up using up your storage space over time because you're just not thinking about it, or you're waiting to the last minute, and by then it's too late, especially if if you're using a computer or a laptop. You don't want to wait till the last minute to try to relieve or free up storage space, because by then, if there's more than 50% of storage space that has already been used, your computer is already going to start acting slow. I've explained this in countless of other videos. So make sure that you keep up with how much storage you are using on your phone or your MacBook. Okay, for those of you who have stayed to the end, I want to tell you something special. So quick story. I went into or went to the Apple store. I was able to talk to a gentleman. I forget his name. He was very nice, sort of showed me some of the new computers and iPhones. It's cool for me. I'm just there to just look around and browse. But he did tell me this: with your next purchase, what you want to do is you want to go on the Apple website and go down to college students. And if you scroll down to college students, you are able to use the college discount, which I think at the time I was looking at a MacBook that was like $2,500. You can save like $200 to $300. So most people don't realize there's an actual Apple discount that they don't really check if you are a college student. I don't know if this video is going to get taken down or, whatever. So in your next purchase, make sure you scroll down, go to the Apple website. If you're going to purchase, now you have to purchase obviously from Apple. You go down to the website and you check, or you click on the college. I'm a college student. They don't verify it. They don't check it. And you get an automatic discount. So I thought that was amazing. Now I appreciate you again for watching this video. Thanks.